Hey guys, Rika here, and today I'm going to show you the World 3 Test Zone. The addition of this level after 10 years of basically no updates to the Super Adventure Box was very exciting. This is just a video of my playthrough for the first time. I will be doing later videos that will go over the achievements in the new zone. I do really love the aesthetic of this level. It reminds me a lot of the underground levels in Super Mario Bros., especially the ones with lava. It is worth really remembering that the checkpoints in this level are completely different from all of the other levels. In the other levels, they all look like the piano keys, right? That you all have to like step on if you're in a group. In this one, you have to interact with the campfires for the checkpoints, and they're really easy to miss if you're not looking for them. The cool thing about the fact that you actually have to interact with the campfire in order to save your checkpoint there is that you can save whichever checkpoint you want, basically. So say you're working on an achievement and you want to just easily get back to a previous point in the level and save some time, you could just kill yourself and respawn at a checkpoint because you didn't save the closest one. I've actually used that a few times. If you didn't notice what I just did with this happy little vending machine guy, if you have an infinite continue coin, you can interact with this guy and get the credit for the 99 lives. Resetting this can be kind of useful if you're getting low, so that you don't have to go to the continue screen. We do have a lot of the same enemies in this level as we have in other levels, but they have double the hit points, so just keep that in mind whenever you're fighting something. Because I got used to, like with these spiders, okay, I got used to just waiting for them to do their little spinny invulnerable thing and then smacking them a couple of times and then running away. If you do that here, you're probably going to get hit because they've got 2 more hit points. As I just demonstrated, you can of course run past a lot of enemies in this level, and you also have dodging. A lot of people forget that you can actually dodge in Super Adventure Box like you can in the regular world. The monkeys, though, I do recommend killing. They either have the projectiles that they throw at you, they're coconuts or whatever. They look like pineapples to me, but I'm pretty sure they're coconuts. And then you have the other guys, the blue ones, with the Spink SWAT stick things that they can get you at from a ridiculous distance. If you can kill them without having to go out of your way, they do chase you for a while, so it's worth killing them. For those of you who use taco markers or the Blish HUD with pathing, there are paths now for, I believe, every single achievement in the test zone, including the 2024 ones. There are links in the description for those of you who don't know what they are. Blish HUD and taco markers provide an overlay that you can set for certain achievements and certain parts of the world. For instance, like world completion. In Super Adventure Box, it will show you the route through the level itself all the way to the end, and it will also show you side paths which you can use for achievements like getting all of the baubles, getting the new bow, etc. I do think that pathing is worth using, at least to find hidden areas and to do some of the harder parts of the achievement tracks, just because it's going to save you so much time, and the festival only lasts for 3 weeks. A lot of this stuff, if you didn't have a little bit of help, would probably take you a few years to figure out on your own if you're playing it full time. Sure, I know some of you have been playing for over 10 years now and you've done all of it. You've done all the tribulation modes and everything. But for us players who have only been around for a few years or who just started, it really is a lot to try and accomplish in 1 year. You might have noticed that I've been kind of wandering a little bit. I did cut those sections out because this is supposed to be just a playthrough, and I'm squirreling, as I call it. It's a new place. I want to check out all the little nooks and crannies and see if there's some hidden behind every waterfall. You really don't want to fall into this water, and definitely don't jump into it. It's very much like the Frogger area of the Rapids level in World 2 Zone 2. If you fall into the water, you basically end up continuously stunned until you go over the cliff, and it takes forever. It's like 5 years before you fall off and die. In fact, Anna, if anybody ever watches this video, please do something to make it faster to fail there. Failing fast is really necessary sometimes, and when you're trying to do achievements and whatnot, it just sucks to have to sit there and wait to fall over the cliff. For one of the bobble achievements, you actually have to jump into this sort of hole in the world that takes you into the water level of the area. I missed this hole like 5 different times when I was trying, and it just makes you fall into the water and you have to sit there. There's no recovery. You have to just sit there in the water and wait for it to push you off the cliff. I think I'm gonna have to do like a whole like outtakes thing for Super Adventure Box, because there are some good ones. Now this is from my very first playthrough, which was actually last year. You might have noticed that there was a little sneaky ooze that oozed out of the rocks there. Now, this year when I played, I noticed that there are more oozes now, and one of them is kind of evil. All of the oozes can hit and damage you, but the blue ooze actually slows you down, so I would recommend dodging that guy. This little spider gauntlet is kind of annoying, but you can dodge through it if you time it right. I just kind of dodge failed there. Be careful if you're bomb happy or projectile happy in general, just because when they spin they are invulnerable. So I've wasted some bombs on that before. And now we just passed the last checkpoint and we are coming up on the boss. This boss is very much like the other ones in the other zones. He's a big floating evil head who has laser beams. He does the laser beam attack in the 4 quadrants around the cage, as you might have seen in other levels. And he also has an explosion or bomb attack. You can see almost like a plume of smoke on the ground, and he'll be actually laser focused on that one area. Just get out of there because it's going to explode within a couple of seconds. He's also going to be spawning oozes, so they're going to be coming out of the ground and chasing you. I didn't really have to focus on the oozes. As long as I just kept moving around, it seemed to keep me out of their range. But if you're worried about the oozes, of course you can always use one of your projectile weapons or just keep dodging. And yeah, there, I forgot about the spinning laser attack. That is one that you can tell he's about to do because he does kind of the laugh thing and then he puts his head up, and when he comes down he does the circle, so you can get out of range. For completing this level, you do get the 2 bobble bubbles and you get 50 bobbles out of the chest, which is pretty sweet. This room is really freaking cool. I just feel like there should be more to it. I mean, there are some hidden things in the level, and I won't be giving any spoilers here. That should be coming later. But don't you feel like there should be more happening around the boss's area? I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of the World 3 Test Zone. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see next. And stay tuned for the next Super Adventure Box video.